Hello, today we're going to have a look at rose shapes and sketching roses. It's a good idea to familiarise yourself with the subject before you start putting that into a larger painting. So get some rough paper and do a lot of sketches before you start your work, and it will just loosen you up and get you familiar with that object. So I've just got the one rose, and the thing is, you can make a full painting, a vase of flowers or a garden, just looking at one, because you can do it from all different angles. You can change the colours, so you don't need to go out and buy a huge bunch of flowers to draw. Just, draw what you've got available. And like I say, if you do it from different angles, you might do some that way, some facing away from you. You can make it look like a full vase of flowers because you're creating a picture. You're not copying what's necessarily there. So just have a play. And have a go at sketching the shapes. Now, a lot of people think of roses as being quite difficult, and they are a little, but it's all about observation, looking at the shapes. So this one's nice and open. If you did it from the front, in fact we'll start by doing that. We're doing it from this direction. I'll have to move it for myself, but if imagine that's a circle and we're going to fit that in, so doing it completely facing us. So there's absolutely loads of petals still to open up, so they're all deep. They're all, it's quite dark down in the centre where these petals are very tightly packed. And then as we open up, they always, with roses, sort of crisscross, overlap. And that's what's going to give you that distinct rose feel to it. And then as we come out, sort of some of them curling over slightly, and they've got that little point on the end. So I'm drawing in ink. For one reason it'll show up to you, but for another I think it might be quite nice to put a little wash of watercolour over once we've finished, and this ink will stay underneath the watercolour. So after you've got that little tight bit there, quite difficult this next bit because we're foreshortening in a way. It's coming towards us, and it's curved over. So just look very carefully at where the curves are and how that comes towards us, and then at the base there. So we've got this sort of a tulipy, trumpety shape in a way. If you imagine feeling the whole bud whilst it's still tight, it would sort of fit into a tulip shape. Coming towards you, and then another petal. Again, as I've said before, if you watched the tree demonstration the other day, and I said don't worry too much about every single little petal, as long as you're getting a feel for the shape of the rose, because whoever's looking at your picture later isn't going to have that rose in front of them, and they're not going to know it's not that exact rose shape. It's just getting a feel for the general shapes that you get with the rose. Like I say, these overlapping petals is one distinctive feature, and the way they curl over at the edge. This one's slightly damaged on the edge, but we don't need to draw that, do we? So with the pen, I'm just doing a linear drawing really, just looking at the edges of the petals. You could, if you like, start and put some shading in. Those are just the leaves popping round from the back, you can just see there, and one up here. So then again, that gives us a feeling that we're looking straight into it because we've just got the leaves there. There's another one here actually that I've missed. Okay, and you could start and put some shading in with your pen, but actually I think or some lines to indicate the shapes of the petals. This one's curving over quite a bit there. But I think that'd be easier really to do that with paint later on. Will just help you later on to remember where things were curving over, because obviously we're going to move that rose now. Okay, so then you might want to look at it from the side. When I was saying about that tulip shape, just touch things and get a feel for them. If you close all those petals together, you can see that tulip shape, and you can feel how compact it is at the bottom with all those vast amount of petals, and that puts it in your head that you've got that shape. Okay, so we'll do one from the side now. Move my pad slightly across. I'll just check that you can still see what I'm doing. I think you can. So from the side we're going to see the stem coming down as well, and we've got these leaves which I'm going to put in first actually, leaf shapes, because that sort of gives us that shape to work to, like a bit like a little goblet really. It's holding up all the, you know, the leaves seem to be holding this flower in a sort of a goblet shape. And then you've always got this with the rose shape of the stem here where it goes like this, obviously where the buds come from. And then again your overlapping petals, so this one's curled right round and over on itself. So nothing's going to be uniform, it's nature. Another small one side here. Look at the way that's curling over, so you're going to get a bit of a lip on that petal there where it's curled over. And again on this one, so you've got this shape here, it's all the same petal where it's curling over, and then later on you can emphasise that shape with some paint if you're going to put paint over this later. So those are the outside kind of open ones, and then the ones that are still to come out are much more tightly packed in the centre here. Coming up to a point and down, nice, because the newer these ones in the centre, so there's no damage on them. So they've still got those nice points, you can still see all that going on. Okay, just looking at this one, maybe that should have been a bit further down this, so I'm going to put an extra petal in here because it just looks like that's showing too much. Up here. And we'll just look at where some of the shading is on these as well. I suppose it's much darker in the centre there. Okay, so we've got from the front and from the side. I'm not going to draw it from the back because it would look a bit boring, but you know, you could obviously have it at an angle, or actually that's quite a nice angle to have it at. We'll do one more and we'll do it just at an angle. So again, I'll start with these leaves. So you can see the one there, one up here, and it's going to be similar to this, only slightly more at an angle. So we can only really see those bigger leaves, petals should I say, and not the ones in the centre so much. And I've not left myself enough room, it's going to come behind this other one, so we'll just leave it at that. Perhaps so that's a bit freer than these, not put as much detail in. And another angle here, so sort of picking up again that tulip shape from the centre and looking at these centre ones a bit closer up again, but from a different angle to this one. Okay, so those two are a bit looser, but just to make it more of a picture, so we've now got the 4 together, and actually probably 5's a nicer number, so I'll just pop a little bit of something peeping up here. Okay, so like I said before, we've got one flower, but we've made a picture using it from different angles. We don't have to do it orange, we can do it whatever colour we like. This is a permanent pen, so we can paint over the top of it and not worry about that either. That's going to show through. So I hope that's been useful for your drawing. Like I say, if you're not confident in doing it straight away in ink, get a pencil and a great big sheet of paper and just have a bit of a play and a practice with it. And if some of the shapes that you do you really like, you can then go over them in ink if you like and rub your pencil lines out. So yeah, just have a bit of fun with it and observe. Really look at the rows, look at where they're crossing over. Like I say, they always cross over there, you can see that. You're never going to get them side by side. You've always going to get that crossover, and that's repeated in here, the way they cross over. Okay, so let me know how you get on with that. Enjoy the rest of the video, and thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.